when I think about Chevy, one of the first things that come to my mind is unconditional love. Still feel like it's not real. I just have a hard time dealing with the fact that he's not here, and an even harder time dealing with or accepting how he was taken away from us.
Trans Day of Remembrance is a time for us to really think about and understand the disproportionate violence that is endured by the trans community. And we know that public health crisis of gun violence in our country impacts all of us. But this community, when we think about trans folks, they are impacted at greater numbers.
So what we know is that as increasingly rhetoric becomes hostile towards transgender people, we know that that translates into broader feelings of shame, bias, and discrimination, and they often intersect with other identities.
So this is really underscores how urgent this is and how we have to address this crisis and the key factor that guns play when we think about the tragic deaths of trans people.
Since 2013, we've tracked over 370 cases of fatal violence, and most of those cases, when we look at original reporting either from the media or from law enforcement agencies, we see that they're either dead named or misgendered.
Media and law enforcement have a duty to make sure they're correctly reporting people's names and genders. And it's not only out of respect for victims and their loved ones and communities, but also so that the research on the ongoing violence against transgender people is accurately understood and represented.
I think what's so critical about Atlanta first is that the work of human rights and civil rights is in our DNA. There's several things we're doing with our public safety officials across the city. One, all of them engage in LGBTQ sensitivity training. We also require all staff inside the city of Atlanta, that includes our public safety officials, to engage in LGBTQ cultural sensitivity training provided by the city, in addition to partners who do that with us. We also created new standard operating procedures in partnership with our public safety teams to make sure that they know how to engage with trans folks in times of challenge.
We also look at the intersections of some of the anti-trans bills and things that are going across this country that actually fuel hate and motivate more of this violence that's impacting trans and LGBTQ plus communities.
I always have been a person who thinks that it's every American citizen's right to be able to bear arms. There definitely needs to be reform, because there should not be random citizens who do not have a healthy mind state that are able to get firearms. Chevy just wanted everyone to, whether you are part of the community or not, he just wanted everyone to be treated right. Chevy was love. He loved his community. He loved me. He loved his family. Chevy lost his life. I hope nobody has to ever experience that.